All right.
Oh, bro, you got a new
Uh,
beat?
yeah. That's like a Tekken beat that I use, but
I was about to do some karate and shit. Hiya, hiya.
all right. Yeah,
Salute, K
but
Rob. I'm
what
gonna
is
burn
up?
this primo for you, bro. And burn this joint for you, brother. Salute,
Oh,
salute, K
nice,
Rob.
nice.
Salute to Streaming Elements in the chat. Stream Elements bot. What's up, robot? How you doing?
Robot.
So what's good, K
All
Rob?
right.
What we cooking with?
Yeah, I got like a lot of topics to bring up between us,
Oh,
but yeah. First of all, what is up, everybody? It's been a while since I've streamed another boxing live stream. Yeah, it's K Rod here. I'm here with Skywalker Boxing. Please go, support him. And yeah, let's get right into it. We got a lot of boxing, content to hash, but I gotta ask. First thing first. Who do you got with Isaac Dogbe and Robesi Ramirez? Do you think this is going to be a good fight week?
I think it's gonna be a good fight. Isaac Dogbe has a lot of experience. You know, he fought Navarrete. He fought what's that kid's name? Uh,
Christopher Pitufo Diaz.
no, his last fight, Isaac Dogbe and
Oh, Joet Gonzalez.
there you go, Joey Gonzalez, man. So
Yeah.
Joey Gonzalez, I mean, they both have fought Navarrete. They were both like, underneath Navarrete, in that weight class. But I definitely think Robezy, bro, Robezy is going to be a future champ, bro. He's got a lot of knockout power. He's kind of similar to Bud Crawford when he fights. He's kind of traps his opponents with counters. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him do that with Supernova. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's a real skilled fighter. From what I heard, rumors, man, that he's the only one to beat Shakur in the amateurs. So that says a lot too. The guy is definitely a beast. I got Robezy Ramirez in this one, man. I think he's just this is his rise, man, in the featherweight division. You know what I'm saying? And definitely getting a shot. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about this fight? Who do you got? You got
Um,
Ghana or do you got Cuba?
I mean, as much as I don't like Robesi, just simply due to what he said, about Abraham Nova after I left the fight, I will be a gentleman and I will say Robesi Ramirez, he should get the victory. It seems like that's what Top Rank was already planning on doing for him, because that's how Top Rank models usually go. You know, I'm not gonna say Robesi he's a bad fighter. Like, he's a very very good fighter that should have been in the pros a lot earlier. But here we are now. He can easily wipe out 126. But the problem is like, let's just say if he did it like the PBC way,
Right.
he would actually be certified, because the thing is like, he would have a lot bigger fights at 126 through the PBC route rather than the Top Rank way,
Right.
because obviously the Top Rank way, he's he was obviously trying to find a opportunity just to make money, because obviously with the story, he came all the way from Cuba, and Cuba's a very bad country in terms of the political barriers between the United States and Cuba. So coming over here to the U.S. is very difficult. So as far as how he got here, I heard that he actually had to go he actually had to go to Mexico, and he had to separate himself from his daughter and his wife. And I think his daughter lives out in Brazil, and I think his wife lives out in Cuba still. But either way, like, I'm not really so fixated on it. It's just like, he had to go through like, a bunch of sacrifice just to come all the way over here, in which I could definitely respect that out of him. And I'm never going to disrespect like a person from there, because I don't think a lot of people from Cuba are bad people. Like, I think most of them are very nice and very chill people. But
Jose
yeah.
Diaz, saludos. This my bro Jose. That's the coolest Cuban I know.
Yeah. But either way, like I hope what the best for him. He came all the way over here, from Cuba just to try to make like a living. So by all means, go for it. I'm like like I'm not like against that. I just kind of wish like Robesi he was able to get his shine a lot sooner when he came into like the pros, younger versus
Right.
coming in older. But either way, he's definitely primed and ready. So I think he'll be good. I think Isaac Dogbe will be a very tough, stepping stone type of fight. And if Rabasi can pass the test, he could very well dominate, 126.
Hey, K Rod, how come I didn't get a notification that we're live, bro?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think YouTube is like censoring, a lot of small channels. Cause like,
What's your channel? Is this K Rod 7435?
yeah, this is the KRAS 74351 one.
Oh, okay, I see it now. This is the big one. Okay, I was looking at this other one. Here, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
copy a link, bro. I'm gonna share it real quick.
That's the one. That's like the one with the Puerto Rican flag. That's like my backup one.
Here, I'm gonna go live real quick and say live with K Rod. Click link in chat.
Yeah. I also wanted to wish Mr. Subriel Matias a happy birthday because today is his birthday. On top of that, so yeah, happy birthday to Subriel Brownie Matias. But yeah, the undercard's pretty decent. I mean, you do have Joel Gonzalez going up against Jose Enrique Vivas, but I'm more interested into the rookies. I'm definitely excited to see Dante Benjamin back in the ring. He'll be going up against Jasper McCargo, aka Smooth Jazz. He got stopped by Atif O'Barrelton in the past, but yeah, I think he's going to end up getting stopped again. I think Dante, he's a very good fighter, and he's very deadly. He's a natural developing boxer puncher, and
Right.
yeah, I think I think Dante, he's definitely going to be up there next to Atif O'Barrelton and a lot of other up and coming guys uh, at light heavyweight.
I was
But
gonna tell you, we gotta kick on Anthony Joshua right now. I'm doing a tag. Hopefully, we get some UK boxing fans. Let me see.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's
No, I'm
talk
gonna do
about
another
that.
tag. Yeah, DAZN. Hashtag top rank this weekend. Robeezy. Huh.
Yeah,
All
you
right, so I
have
got that set. Let's set it for 6 p.m.
yeah. I think with this Anthony Joshua fight and Mr. Jermaine Franklin, um, I think this is going to be a very, very interesting fight. Only because Jermaine Franklin, he did very well against whatchamacallit, Mr. Dillian White, and I think the thing about him is like he should have won that fight. I thought Jermaine Franklin did what he had to do to win, but he obviously has his he obviously has his limitations. But I think with this matchup, with AJ, if he does beat AJ, does that put him in position for a world title, or do you think that this is not like the same AJ compared to like the past, and this is more of like a crossroads fight between both of them?
Right.
I was actually, asking, what's your point of view of AJ
Well, for
versus
AJ, this
James?
is make it or break it. This is a must win for him, bro. If not, bro, he needs to hang it up. He's taking advice from different different trainers like Robert Garcia. Right now, he's been working with. Has he been working with Ronnie Schultz too, bro? Or
He's
just
working with
Derek
Derek.
James? Just Derek James,
Yeah,
but
Derek.
that's it in Texas. He never went expanded himself in Texas and went down to Houston as well, or no?
I'm not too sure. Not too sure. I want to say that could be the possibility, but I'm not too sure. I want to say Derek James is the guy that he is working with, but um, that's just that's obviously just looking at what's there on the outside. But I don't know. I think honestly, it's just more of what really happens, with AJ's performance because he's been cattled too much in his career, and with Jermaine Franklin, that's a lot more hungrier. It seems like AJ, he's gonna be in that make it break it situation, and he could very well lose this fight. So I think that's what's gonna happen.
All right, cool. I got it set up now.
Nice.
But you
Yeah,
know what,
but
bro? Yeah. So, what are you doing, Kira? You just chilling, bro?
nothing really. I'm just working on my Google certification right now. So, but yeah.
Hey, can you go over
Let
the
me ask.
undercard real quick for the Robeezy? Remy,
For
what's
what?
up, bro? I'm over here at K
Yeah,
Rods. If you guys want to come through, man, he don't got nobody over there right now, so come by.
Rabezi Ramirez. For the undercard, you have a ton of fights. Actually, you have whatchamacallit. You have Jeremiah Milton. He'll be going up against Fabio Maldonado, and then you have Dante Benjamin going up against Jasper McCargo. That'll be interesting. And then you have that Dominican going up against Ricardo Quiros, Rohan Palaco. And then, Ricardo Quiros, he's 12-1 with no draws. But yeah, that'll be a very interesting fight. And then let's see. You also have Delonte Tiger Johnson.
Oh, bro, he's good, bro.
Yeah, I think this opponent he has in front of him will be a pretty good fight. But some other good fights that you'll have on this card is
my battle buddy right there, Remy in the house, man. Salute to Remy.
Yeah, salute
to
Remy.
I'll smoke a joint for you, Remy, right here, bro. Smoking that good kush for you, brother. Smoking, hitting this for Kui too. Yeah. Over there. Salute to
but also you also have Jahai Tucker going up against Nico, Nicolas Seknia Ashvili.
Oh yeah,
that'll be a very good fight. Yeah, I think Nico, he could lose this fight by decision if Jahai is fighting very smart. But if he fights very very dumb in this fight, I think Nico could very well knock him out. But
Jahai's slick though. I think he's a slick fighter. He's got a good jab. He's tall. His last fight, they gave him some criticism, so I think he's gonna sharpen up, bro. I think we're gonna see a really good Jahai Tucker this fight. He's a talented kid, but I think his last fight he did a little showboating, right, and shit like that.
Yeah, last fight wasn't a good fight. It was like a little bit of just
what's up,
playing around. And actually, Jose Sanchez, he's a good fighter, but it's just that the problem with him is that he's just not the type of fighter to like
Mano,
box first. He's just more of like a
Rhode
brawl.
Island man. Hey, click that
Yeah.
link. Go to K Rod's channel. It's in the top of the chat. We're on K Rod's channel. Yeah, I was promoting his channel. Yeah, I'm live on my shit here too. I'm running a live to redirect people to K Rod, and we could cook on this Anthony Joshua, Jermaine Franklin card. We're cooking on this Robeisy Ramirez, Isaac Dogbo. Is it Dogbe or Dogbo? I always fuck up his last name, but you know what it's about, man. We're talking about boxing talk. We got some pretty good fights this weekend.
Dogbo.
We were just talking about you, Jose. We were talking about Cubans, right? We're talking about Robeisy, your primo, your primo from Havana. Oh yeah, there you go, Bruce. Bruce is over here. Salute to Bruce. You want to drop a link in the chat, Kira? You want to talk to Bruce? Hey Warren, what's up, brother?
Yeah,
sure. Salute, my brother. Robeisy, he is ready, guys. He's not going to take very long. Yeah, he's kind of. I was telling him, Jose, he kind of reminds me of Bud a little bit, bro. He's kind of like a Bud Crawford style. He waits and counter punches, man. He's definitely a killer, man. He traps them. I like Supernova, bro, and what he did to my guy Supernova, I was like, damn, bro, this guy has to be good. So yeah, I mean, he definitely the only one to beat Shakur in the amateurs. Dude's really a beast, and I know that they didn't release the beast as soon as they should have, but now everybody knows who Robeisy is, and everybody's on the lookout at featherweight. So, orale, I just got some pipas from Temu, $4 each. When they're $20 here, I'm not even smoking this month. Salute, Rebby. Yeah, smoking pre-rolls. You know what, bro? I got 28 pre-rolls for $60. April special, man. Oreos, and I got the other one's Motor Breath. Yeah, so I've been smoking a lot of weed, man. It's pretty decent. It's like 22%. I got a whole rubber band stack of these fuckers. Oh, okay. You said, oh yeah, hell yeah, Bruce. I'll tune into you too, brother. I had promised K-Rod to come on and cook some boxing with him. At the end of the week, we could talk about these upcoming fights, man. Get everybody hyped up for this weekend. We got return of Anthony Joshua, make it or break it fight for AJ. Definitely want to see him in the ring with Wilder. It's one of my fantasy fights, man. To see a bomb squad go against AJ. That we always wanted that fight. Maybe now they can make that fight. So I mean, I'm all right with Ruiz and Wilder, but I really would rather see Wilder versus AJ. So hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 28 joints for $60, bro. Full grams, bro. I got a whole ounce for 60, bro. And they're all rolled up for me in tubes, man. I got a whole bunch of these motherfuckers, bro. Yeah. I've been smoking a lot of them. I'm down to like 8 of them.
Yeah, like I was going to ask, like another boxing, topic for you. Like I've been hearing that Ryan Garcia, he has not been showing up to the gym consistently. He's only been training 3 times a week with Joe Goosen. Do you think he's already admitting defeat to Gervonta Davis?
I don't know, man. I posted a clip on my Instagram of Ryan Garcia today, bro, and the kid is looking lightning fast, bro. Fuck, Tank's it's gonna be a tough fight. I still have Tank winning, but I definitely think that Ryan's game. Who knows? You know what I mean? But he was looking good as fuck on the mitts, bro. Like he was looking sharp, bro. I know. It's just for show. It's just that we all can make a clip and make ourselves look good. But kid has some quick hands, man. So Tank's gonna have to watch out. He's longer. He's got quick hands. Tank's gonna have to be constantly moving on Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's Stream Elements? It's his bot. It's his robot. Whatever. Bruce. I don't have one of those. But
yeah. Like I was just gonna reply to that. That's just like a bot. That's just a bot that just like I guess that's part of what the what the software. But
yeah, Jose Diaz says Robeisy wants the winner of Fulton versus Monster. Boxeo con Flow. It was live. Robeisy wants the winner of Fulton versus Monster. You know who else wants the winner of that fight, Jose? My boy Casimero, and he's getting ready. He's got a big fight. I already got the whole fight announcement, guys. You know how they hook up your boy Skywalker real quick with fight
Oh, nice.
announcement? I got a fight poster I cannot release to you guys. I can show you a glimpse, but you won't be able to record it. I'm gonna show you a glimpse. Let me show you guys. And I've been told not to release it. I'm just gonna show you a sneak peek.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Everybody knows who he's fighting. He's fighting for the WBO Global Belt, Remy. He's fighting. It's a title fight, but it's not a major title. But the WBO Global, he's going up against Philippus Natumbua. He's 8-0 with 7 knockouts. Youngster. So Casamelo's got that experience on him. Let me give you a quick peek. Boom. Yeah.
Oh,
It's going down, bro. In Manila, bro. Thriller in Manila. It's going down in Okada, bro. It's one of the biggest spots and one of the biggest venues in the Philippines, bro. And it's the Manila Resort and Casino. Hear me, Kira? It's called Okada. And he's fighting. Yeah, so it's for a belt. And after that fight, if he wins this fight, they said that he'll be getting the title shot, bro, from what I heard, bro. And like I said, Klimas is his manager, same manager, Usyk, Lomachenko, powerful manager. That's what I'm saying, Remy. Nobody's going to touch him, bro, at 122, bro. I swear, bro. I know people criticize me. I know a lot of my American friends, but come on, not even Cool Boy Steph. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, dude, Casemiro not only is slick, he's got power and he's got angles, man. He's got all the attributes of a great boxer, man. You can check him out. He's quick, bro. He's got quick feet, quick hands, and power. And we've even had interviews with Austin Brooks, who sparred with Navarrete and all sorts of great fighters out in LA. They could tell you, man, Casemiro has the most power at 118 more than a featherweight, bro, because these guys fight at featherweight. You know what I'm saying? And that just tells you, this dude's no joke. Guys, be on the lookout for Casemiro. He's trying to regain his throne, guys.
yeah, Casemiro. I don't know. Like, see, I was going to talk about the whole Casemiro Rais Salim thing because I think that's
Right.
that's
That whole thing's been actually resolved, bro. And the truth is, what happened was Rais Salim never ducked Casemiro, and in fact wants to still fight Casemiro. They have sparred together before in the past. Definitely they like to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? They respect each other, and what had happened is he switched. He's a free agent now, bro. He's not under management anymore, bro. So, so the next management can pick up that fight. So right now you know what I mean? He's a free agent, bro. So he's off contract. I don't know who he's with contract with. I had Casemiro's team on my show the other day, bro, and they told me the whole story about it was just his management's not there anymore. Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy because I mean, if anything, Rais Salim, like I'm not too sure if he probably parted ways with PBC, but that's really his main center of operations, and I would like to say, like, if anything, he should have good dealings with Al Heyman, but maybe somewhere between the business, maybe he didn't like what the handlers were giving him at PBC, so he probably was like, okay, well, let me just explore elsewhere because at this point, like, Rais Salim, he's not getting any younger,
Right.
but his best years are now. So I would hope that things could definitely come out to fruition to see what happens. And I think like the thing about it is that if he does get a title shot and let's just say he has to face Casemiro for the WBO title at 122. By any means necessary, it's fine. But I think either way, depending on where things are gonna go at 122, I think Rais Salim, he's either gonna get a title shot through a vacant belt, or he's gonna end up facing Casemiro, because Casemiro and Raisa Aleem, they're gonna see each other. So I
Right.
think honestly, from what you're saying, like if Casemiro, if he's promised a title shot, if he gets past this opponent, then my best guess would be Rais Salim, because Rais Salim, he's a valuable fighter in the division. So
Right.
I don't see how I don't see how him and Casemiro cannot mix it up with each other, including the rest of all the other fighters, in the top 10.
I agree, man. Like I said, man, that fight's in the works, bro. He's gonna be fighting here in Vegas in August, man. That's his next fight. So he has to win this fight, get the WBO Global, and he'll be supposedly, bro, be getting a title shot. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. Like I
And
was
look,
also gonna
green
say,
purse wearing tank. Green purse wearing tank. Huh? Would you ever wear a man purse, bro, if you had a lot of money? Fuck
green
that.
what?
I don't wear no jewelry, bro. I don't wear shit, bro. It's a good way to
No,
get back,
no, no.
man.
I would.
When
I
you're in
would
the fight,
never.
man, that'll fuck you up. I'm ready to box somebody, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't even wear all that shit, bro. Especially a
I would
purse.
never. I would never ball out with jewelry in public, because all
Right.
that's gonna do is
But
you're
I
gonna get
guess, man,
robbed. Somebody,
he's got that
someone's
reputation,
just gonna
knockout artist,
rob
so
you.
he can wear the purse. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Salute to everybody. We're over at K Rods. We're just chopping it up on this AJ card, this Robezy Ramirez and Isaac Dogbe card, man. We're talking about the landscape of 122 right now. We're talking about 126. We're chopping it up, man. We're talking about these little lightweights, man. We haven't even jumped up to the middleweights or anything like that. What do you think about 154? I want to see Sebastian Fundora versus uh what's the guy's the older brother's name? I don't want to mix them up. Not uh which the bigger Ramos, bro. Not Abel, but what the fuck's his name?
Oh, Jesus Ramos.
Zeus,
Jesus
there you
Ramos.
go. See, brain fart. It's two of them. It's not a brother. It's a nephew, actually.
Yeah,
Abel's the
yeah,
nephew,
that's
and Jesus is the tío. He's the uncle. And man, Jesus Ramos beat the fuck out of bro. Yo, he beat the shit out of See, I be fucking up names today. This weed's good, bro.
Joey Spencer.
Yeah,
Joey
Joey
Spencer.
Spencer, bro. And 154, bro. What do you think that Jesus Ramos could be a threat to Charlo, or do you think he definitely could get a title in the future?
Yeah, I think so. I think Jesus, he's ready for the moment to be good or to be great in the sport, and I think he can become champion. He's just that good of a fighter. Nobody doesn't talk about him, and I just kind of find it weird
Right.
because he's on the same boat with Elijah Garcia in a way. And the thing is like, you know, I don't know if it's just like exclusive within like the dumb casual like boxing community, especially within like the Mexican community. But I think it's just weird, like when everybody talks about like good talent, they don't want to bring up a guy like Jesus Ramos because they say, oh well, he's good, but he's never been in there with anybody good. But it's like he's being tested with guys that have plus plus positive and very little negative records. So
Right.
if anything, he's actually being tested very well. It's just that he's
Yeah,
just
we gotta
slow.
hype these fighters up, bro. You're right, K Rod, man. A lot of these guys, man, they're not being moved the right way, man. Us boxing enthusiasts, and when we see skill, bro, and it's not being, it ain't usually the fighter's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's usually the promotion's fault when that happens. And we definitely, us fans, need to push for the good fights. Like I want to see. I definitely think us boxing fans would love a Ramos and Fundora fight, bro. Who would you have in that fight winning, Kira?
I'd say
Dr. Mo?
Ramos. He's a way better.
Salute, salute.
He's
Over at K Rod's channel.
yeah. I would say Ramos because Ramos he's a way better defensive fighter than Fundora. Fundora he can give Ramos a lot of late game pressure, but the problem with Fundora is that he doesn't move his head, and that style can only work against certain styles that are not you know, um, they're not like accustomed to like being heavily pressured all up inside like your face a lot. But with Ramos, that style suits him better because Fundora, he's not defensively responsible in his fights. Versus with Jesus, he's way more defensively responsible,
Right, and
and
I
he can.
agree, bro. Fedora does get hit a lot. He loves fighting on the inside. He doesn't utilize his height at all, but he is a dog. Like I could see that of being a. But yo, like Ramos is thicker than him, man. Fedora is a big
Yeah,
skeleton. You know what I'm saying? I could see Ramos cutting that tough tree down. I call Fedora that fucking tree that you see in a horror movie. That fucking tree that walks up on you. That's Fedora, bro. And mad respect to the guy. He got skill, definitely. Him and his little sister, Gabriela. And definitely a talented. That's what you get when you put kids through boxing at an early age, bro. You get them in silver gloves, golden gloves. Get them in tournaments. You know what I'm saying? You compete. You push your kids, man, through boxing, and you'll get stars, family stars like that. You know what I mean? If one makes it, they're definitely going to bring the other sibling along, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it sells, bro. I mean, having a family member that fights. The same thing with Ramos. You know, him and his Abel's a pretty good fighter too, bro. I gotta give Abel respect, but
yeah,
definitely got his ass beat. You know what I'm saying, by Crowley, and it is what it is, bro. And like I said, my homeboy fought Crowley, bro, and he said that Crowley, that was his only, pretty much one of his toughest losses, bro. He was on like a 10-win fighting streak, bro, and he met Crowley and couldn't get past his jab. And this last fight, we seen Crowley not even using the jab. So the guy's definitely strong, bro. Crowley's pretty good. I give him his respect too, being a tough white boy, huh?
yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of, I was gonna say, speaking of Cody Crowley, do you think he will potentially become? Well, actually, no.
those are all good fights
Because
for me. I'm looking at Remy's fights, Lubin and
I was,
Castano.
I was gonna I was going to initially ask, like, do you think Crowley could potentially be, in the conversation to try to fight, guys like Jaron Ennis or Amanta Stanionis? But the thing about that is that Crowley, like, for him to have his fight with Abel Ramos, like, I don't think anybody's gonna be like available for him to fight. But I think Crowley, honestly, like, he's a decent fighter, but he has to prove it in the ring to actually show
What
he's
is it?
actually.
What's his ranking now, K Rod? Is there any way you can look up his ranking?
Oh, through the welterweight rankings. Yeah, like, I could try.
Yeah, let's look at it, brother. Let's see, because now we know. And man, I hope Virgil Ortiz gets better, bro. You know me, bro. We've had fights before, bro. Me and K Rod, bro, and he knows that I respect Virgil Ortiz. He's one of my top welterweights. You know what I'm saying? And he's going through some health issues, man. Let's pray for the guy, man. Hope he gets better because he's already at that top pinnacle, bro. You know what I mean? And it's sad to see somebody's career gets shot down by a health issue, and I hope he overcomes it. I don't know. And there's a lot of bullshit talk. I don't even want to bring it up, Kira. I really don't. I don't want to argue.
Yeah,
But people
yeah.
are accusing my boy, man. And what the fuck? He's a humble, good kid. He plays guitar. Fucking Virgil's a good old boy, bro. And people need to respect the kid. The kid's very quiet, bro. He don't fuck around, bro. And I'm hoping you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping everything's all right. You notice, bro, K Rod, the ones that kiss De La Hoya's ass, bro, or is Rocha. Why wouldn't they shine, Virgil, bro, for Bud? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't. I hope he definitely goes to Top Rank one day. You know what I mean? Whoops some ass over there, bro, or even PBC. Don't matter, bro. Just he needs to get away from Golden Boy, in my
Yeah,
opinion. I think they'll move him better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think,
Virgil would be better
yeah.
than PBC, like, cause like
See,
that's
they don't
where,
give him
like,
his props, bro. I hear Rocha getting his props, but what's up with Virgil, bro? You know what I mean? Like
yeah, Alexis
Virgil be fucking
Roca, like,
people up.
I don't understand why no one's talking about him and Alexis Roca fighting one another, because honestly, like, if you guys are talking about getting a title, shouldn't you guys mix it up with each other? If you
Right,
guys want to get to that title, like, at least benefit each other by getting each other the most money.
right.
So
Let me shout out
therefore,
Sahar
you know, the
Sima.
winner.
Sahar, hit the link. I'm at my friend's channel. Adari Pennant, thank you. And I'll answer your question. Come over and hit my friend's like button. Can anyone imagine if Muhammad Ali was a southpaw heavyweight boxer?
Oh yeah, he'd be a monster. Um, yeah, but I'm looking at the rankings
Shuffle, that
right now.
shuffle, he could switch. He could switch hit off that shuffle, huh? The Ali shuffle. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming
like
in.
I'm looking at the
Adari Pennant.
rankings.
What's up, brother?
I'm like, yeah, like I was gonna tell you, like I'm looking at the rankings right now at 147. Cody Crowley is currently ranked number 3 in the WBC. He's ranked number 9 in the IBF, and he's ranked number 2 in the WBO, which is really weird. But yeah, that's insane. But I think honestly, my best guess, he's probably gonna go the WBC route because, like he will either go WBC or WBO, because the thing is that if you go either route, at least you get a one-way ticket between Errol Spence and Crawford, which, I've been hearing like, that the fight could happen in June, but I don't believe it. But I think if Crowley, if he wants to try to get himself in position to be mandated by either sanctioned body that calls him up to be summoned, I think the WBC route would be a lot better. But yeah, either way,
My
I
friend
just think,
Sahar, give her a wrench, man. Let her put her link in the chat. You guys subscribe to her. A good friend of mine.
yeah,
Assalamu alaikum. She's enjoying her Ramadan. And Alhamdulillah, Sahar. Ooh, and Stanionis was ill first, and now Virgil. But then Virgil had the issue as well before, the same health issue. Oh man, that shit. So for Virgil, I'm worried, man. Like Stanionis, I can understand, getting ill during the camp, or you know what I mean, or pulling a muscle, or some shit happens. But Virgil 2 times, bro, and what's the name of this disorder, K Rod? I can Google it. Oh,
um,
fucking poor guy,
uh,
bro.
yeah, hold on, give me 1 second. Medical disorder. It is called rhabdomyolysis. Basically, it is a condition that leads to kidney failure, which you can die from it, technically. But the whole point about this whole issue is that rhabdomyolysis.
Right.
This is a medical condition that is either linked to you either taking a steroid or you having a medical reaction to something that could potentially harm your body. And I don't know what's going on with his medical situation, but I
Mhm.
think whatever he's doing, he should really just go to the doctor and not do whatever you used to do, and just have a brand new you know have a brand new system. Because the thing is that if you go through this again, this is basically what the CDC describes it. It's a serious medical condition that can be fatal or result in permanent disability.
Mm.
So what happens is that if you go through a really bad process with this, Virgil, he can die. He could actually just
Damn,
basically
bro.
go down and die.
Poor guy,
But
bro. I mean, damn, bro. That's sad, man.
yeah.
I mean, if
So
you're a true boxing fan, I've been hearing people talking shit about my guy, bro. The least you guys could do, man, is just support the guy right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's having issues, man, and let's pray for him, man, that he makes a comeback. We want to see him in a fight with Stanionis. We want to see him in a fight with Boots Ennis. You know what I'm saying? We definitely want to see these fights in the future. And you know, I hope the kid gets better, man. Oh yeah, give him a wrench.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
give him a
yeah, yeah,
wrench.
yeah. Like I already gave
Money,
you
man.
one.
That's my battle buddy. U.S. Army.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, like, let's just say if he does seek better medical attention, like, should he just have like a brand new, like, should he either just move up to 154 and see what happens with his body? Because I think, like, I'm not gonna just throw like a label on him, but to me, it looks like Virgil's trying to force himself to stay at 147 when he should just move up.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
So like, I don't know, like, I don't know what's going on with him, but it's like from what I'm just hearing, it like, like it looks like Virgil's trying to sacrifice a lot of his body to make 147. So
Maybe it's
there could
difficult,
be
bro. You would think that they would make the decision to move up if that was the case. So I'm really thinking this is a serious medical issue with him right now. Maybe it's due to all the punches, the fights that he's been in.
Yeah.
Your body does take abuse, man, at the professional level, bro. Regardless if he hasn't fought the top yet, he's still fought a lot of great fighters, bro. As far as people that can punch, and see, it's a breakdown of damaged skeletal muscle breakdown causing release of myoglobin. Source oxygen. See, and that could also be due to that, brother. Maybe his body already said enough's enough on the damage. You know what I'm saying? And this could be the end of Virgil Ortiz, man. Sadly to say, man. But definitely a beast in the ring, bro. Have a great reputation. You know what I'm saying? Even if his career were to be halted, I think he'll still be remembered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't want Virgil to die. So
yeah,
I think
he's a good kid, bro. He plays his guitar, bro. He loves, he's good with. He has a big fan base, bro. Huge fan base. So I think he'll be all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? In life, even if his boxing career were to go away, I think he can definitely do something in the boxing game other than box. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I think Virgil, he has a good career after boxing. I don't see why, he wouldn't. But as far as the career goes, like I think Virgil he just needs to move up to 154, try to test out the waters, see what happens, and if he does better at 54 compared to 147, then I think we already know what's going on at 147. Like, either you're struggling to make 147, or your body just can't take the.
Look what Bruce wrote, though. Look what Bruce. Yeah, it's brought on by overtraining too.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too, because it's like, it just doesn't add up. Like, because I used to wrestle in high school, and
you know what though, you're a wrestler, right? So
yeah.
You're a wrestler. You know that when someone trains hard in wrestling, they're gonna be stronger on that mat when it's game time, right? Same thing with boxing, bro. Maybe he's overexerting himself, not because of he's worried to make weight. We know Virgil Ortiz likes to get in there and fucking bang, bro. He wants that fucking win. He wants to go in there and slug it out, bro. So I definitely think that could be the problem, bro. What Bruce just said, overtraining, bro. Like overexerting himself, bro. Like way too much training. That's what I mean. It's actually hurting the body instead of helping it. He thinks it's hardening him, making him harder. You know what I'm saying? But it's really kind of fucking him up. He has to find that balance.
Yeah, look, I'm just.
Is it a condition you can actually heal from, Bruce, and move on, or can this actually halt his career? It's a good question.
Because if it is something genetic, if it is something that happens genetically with some form of medical dysfunction in your body,
right,
then you should definitely stop boxing if that's going to continue.
Yeah,
because it's like, why put your life at risk if your body's going to just automatically just break down, and you're just going to put yourself at heavier harm's way. So I just think Virgil, he should hang it up if if this is going to be a permanent issue. But if this is something that is obviously caused due to some issue that can be fixed, then he needs to just seek a better, nutritional diet, or he should just experiment trying to move up to 54, see what happens with your weight cut. Because if it's something to do with like training and weight cutting, it's probably something to do with the training more than the weight cutting. Because he's probably doing well, trying to make weight. because it's not like he's drained at at a fighting weigh-in. It's just that when he performs, you could see the deficiencies in his body. Like you could see like every punch he takes, like he doesn't look normal. Like he basically has like the same issues like Jason Rosario does. He looks so good once he comes in, but then once he takes that one good shot, it's like, that's very scary. And similar to wrestling, like if you get hit like the wrong way on the mat, then you're gonna end up either dying or just breaking down, with like a bad injury.
I got a comment on the Skywalker side. I got a few people in this chat. Everybody hit that link I put in the chat. We're over at K Rods. He'll highlight your chat and we'll bring it up in the show. Dari Penna says UFC is pointless because they knock out a lot of people with their hands. Might as well do boxing and make big millions that way. Shout out to Dari Penna. A lot of UFC are starting to transition over to boxing. Boxing used to have that great reputation for millions, but now, unfortunately, Dari Penna, a lot of professionals, if you want to make money the fast way, UFC would be the best route because you have to earn those millions now with boxing. And
Yeah, it's very
I
tough.
know that for a fact. Dari Penna, I come from boxing royalty. My uncle was a Hall of Famer, 2 divisional world champ, and he had a house in Beverly Hills, and he drove a Rolls Royce. And they had money, you know what I'm saying? Boxers in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Like my uncle, you know what I'm saying? Definitely had money. But nowadays, man, I got a lot of friends that are struggling boxers, man. They're struggling. They're working side jobs. They're doing training on the side, but at the same time, they're working out all fucking day long so they can stay at that top level, you know what I'm saying? And when they compete. So, man, shout out. It's like kind of like a college student, you know what I mean? You got a college student going to go to class and, they need money. They're going to have to work and study. All their time's taken away. So, yeah, there's all sorts of avenues of money now. And actually, you know who's making the most money in boxing right now, Dari Penna? And it's a fact, is celebrity boxing and internet boxing, YouTube boxing. That's what's generating really nice paydays, really big paydays.
They get the benefits and sponsorships.
Yeah, and see, we used to have a Dari Penna. I don't know if you're from the Philippines, but shout out to you. Can heavyweight boxing be popular like NFL, basketball, baseball if it was pushed properly in America? And we used to have that. We used to have it, and I think it's on the comeback. I mean, right now we can't get a fight with Fury and Usyk. Shit's sad, you know what I'm saying? Like Fury's not wanting to fight Usyk. He wants a 70-30 cut. It's a lot of greed involved nowadays. But I definitely see the young generation of heavyweights. We got a lot of good prospects right now that are on the rise, like Big Baby Anderson. Shit, we can name a lot. Big Bang Zhang's supposed to fight, right? Is he fighting this weekend? Big Bang?
Hold on.
I heard someone bring up his name the other day. That's a good question. But yeah, there's a lot of good heavyweights right now. It's just they're not being pushed, and I think it can come back. It can definitely come back.
Zhang is fighting Joe Joyce April 15th.
Oh, that's the middle of the month. April 15th is a really good heavyweight clash. We got the big Chinaman, Big Bang Zhang.
That's gonna be awesome because that's gonna hype up Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, that's gonna be a damn good fight right there. So yeah, there's still some good fights. Us real boxing fans, not the casuals, we keep track of it, and I mean they push it, but they don't push it like they should.
Yeah, Remy says I don't think MMA fighters can successfully transition
vice
into boxing. Yeah, because like a lot of MMA fighters, they don't focus on the true sweet science. They just focus on just basic striking.
Yeah, they're looking to protect a takedown or a kick, and you know what I'm saying. So that's in their head a lot with their muscle reflex, their twitch muscles.
Yeah. And actually, Roy Jones Jr., he's actually fighting Anthony Pettis this weekend. And I'm actually hoping Anthony Pettis, he knocks out Roy Jones Jr. because,
Why, bro? It's for RJJ, bro. Roy Jones, bro. Come on.
No, the reason why is because Roy Jones Jr., he, did Michael Williams Jr. fucking dirty and shit. So I just didn't like that.
Yeah. He's old though, bro. He's an OG.
Yeah. I just wish Michael Williams had a shot to fight Adrian Broner because, that fight, like, honestly, like, I don't know how you, like, how, you would see that fight going, but I think Michael Williams could have probably potentially upsetted Adrian Broner.
Right. Oh, and then, hey, we got the big topic, man. We were gonna stay away from this one because it creates some drama and tension in here, man. We
Yeah.
got two great fighters at 135. We have an undisputed fight, guys, coming up May 13th or not May. What is it? May 20.
Yeah. May 20th.
So Lomachenko, the Matrix, very experienced, more experienced than Devin Haney.
Yeah.
And then we got Devin Haney. We got the youth versus the experience. You know what I'm saying? The upcoming dream. Can he make the dream a reality, or will Lomachenko come back with a win? This could go either way on this kid, Rob. This is a damn good fucking fight, and we've seen Lomachenko go against youth against Jermaine Ortiz just recently, and Jermaine Ortiz very skilled. That was a great fight. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine Ortiz did very well, did very good against Lomachenko, and
Ortiz was giving Loma the hands.
did good, but not quite. You know what I'm saying? As far as to get the nod. Do you think it's going to be vice versa, or how do you got it? See, I don't know how this is going to play out, man. I don't know because I know Haney's got a good jab. I know Lomachenko got angles. He's got a lot of arsenal too, bro. This is gonna be a good fucking fight, bro. And I don't think this is gonna be a snooze fest. When they talk about Haney fighting, they say, "Oh, I'm bored because it's a lot of chest, a lot of jabs, and keeping people out and boxing on that back foot." Do you think this fight's gonna be different, bro? How do you have this played out? Chess match or what?
And honestly, even if Loma, like, if this was like Loma like 5 years ago fighting Devin, like Devin at 19 and Loma at like 29 or 28, I would still pick Devin Haney because Devin, like, he shows to you, no matter how technical he is, he'll make a fight very competitive, and
Right.
the fight will be tough. But here's the problem: Devin has a huge issue with southpaws, and I think honestly, if he gets mentally pressured by Loma's technicality, then that's what I concern about because I look at it from a southpaw school because Loma, like, he's a good fighter. Don't get it twisted. It's just that
Yeah, I'm the
um
same way, Remy. I like both the fighters, bro. I'm not gonna shit on either side. Lomachenko, I'd be happy if Lomachenko were to win, and I'd be happy if Devin Haney. I really don't give a fuck who wins, but I want to see a good fight, man. I want to see a fucking badass fight, bro. That's what I'm hoping for, bro. I'm hoping for a great fight, man.
yeah, but yeah, I think honestly this fight's gonna be tough. Like, this fight will be tough. Hey, salute to you, D Hive. Thank you for coming by.
Salute, salute.
But honestly, like, if this fight does end by knockout, I think Vasyl Lomachenko, he will get knocked out by Devin Haney, because the reason why is because if it takes you to get bruised up like that by Jermaine Ortiz, it wouldn't think for me to think that Devin Haney can't do the same thing to you. Because, like, imagine if Devin Haney, if he had the same power and volatility as Gervonta Davis.
They say he don't have power, but he's got a strong fucking jab, bro. He's got one of the strongest jabs. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna be a good fight, man. But can that jab hit the matrix though? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we want to see too. Like, when Loma pulls them angles on him, is that jab gonna still be on him?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, salute, brother.
Salute, Skywalker.
Yeah,
how you doing, KY? Thank you for having me on. You appreciate it. I just changed up my name and everything.
Yeah, man, I like it.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, so what y'all talking about? Devin Loma?
Yeah, we brought it up, man. We brought up the Devin Loma undisputed coming up.
I got Devin, bro.
Yeah, same here.
Loma got a chance. Loma got a chance though.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like youth versus experience. It's gonna be, man. Like it's gonna be a good fight, man. Can Loma get his get back, or can Haney retain? And that solidifies everything. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can say any kind of shit about email champ. None of that. He done beat the man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
facts.
it's gonna be good, bro. Either win is gonna be good for boxing in a way, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And I won't hate if Loma wins. I won't hate if you know what I'm saying. Like I like both, man. I don't know, bro. I'm in the middle, and I'm cool with Bill too. And I've talked to Bill Haney, and I'm cool with their camp. Good people, man. I respect people that put their kids in boxing at a young age. I'm a white Mexican, so my family grew up boxing. My uncle's a Hall of Famer, Bobby Chacon. He's a two-divisional world champ. And a lot of my family grew up fighting in Mexico, so like anybody that takes their fighters out there does pretty tight, man.
Not to cut y'all off, but can y'all hear me?
Yo,
Yeah.
is that motherfucking D-Hive?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
What's up, brother?
Bro, D-Hive, what's going on with you, bro? It's been
Not a
forever,
whole.
man.
Yeah, my bad. I was in the middle of some shit. Now I'm driving, but y'all on Devin Loma? That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. I got Haney, but I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a skin of his ass type situation.
I agree.
I
It's
agree.
going and it might not even necessarily be because there's a significant talent gap, but Bill announced publicly that this is their last fight on the Top Rank contract.
Oh,
So
I
I'm-
didn't see that. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm more concerned about a robbery now than I was with fucking Kambosos. No lie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
now is yeah, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Lomachenko is not talented. I'm not saying he doesn't have what it takes to beat Haney necessarily, but I think, and it's not even the size factor because Nakatani was bigger than fucking Haney, so I'm not even entertaining that bullshit. Tiafimo was much more like Tiafimo looks like a fucking welterweight, so I'm not
Yeah,
even
he's
going to
huge.
entertain. I'm not even going to entertain the size situation. But when Loma does two things that will bother Haney. Number one, he applies pressure. Number two, he understands without being told by his corner or the fans or anything when he's down on rounds. And one thing that he does is he forces knockdowns even when they're not actually there. If you guys go back and look at the Jacobs versus Triple G fight, Triple G punched at Jacobs, but he mostly got Jacobs to walk over his own feet because he caught him squared up. And without that knockdown, Triple G loses that fucking fight. And if you look at the Nakatani knockout, Lomachenko did the same thing with Nakatani. He got him caught up, spun him around, punched him, and then made him trip over his own feet to get the knockdown. So I'm worried that if Devin Haney doesn't, prepare or account for those two things, there might be some knockdowns that weren't really there that get counted, And also, one thing that's always bothered me about Devin Haney, the lack of a body attack. That is going to be a fucking liability. Yeah. That's going to be a liability from here on out. The body attack gotta be there. That's how Tiafimo got it.
Gotta break him down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Although I do think, my personal opinion, as an aside, I do think that if Loma and Tia were to fight again, I have Loma beating him.
I personally don't know, to be honest. I mean, I know people. I know because that shoulder shit, people, and because Tiafimo's a dumbass, that people kind of write him off. But to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure because especially with Tio's mental, because people already think Tiafimo's a fucking fraud. Given the opportunity to prove that he's really that dude, not fighting someone like Haney or Tank or nothing like that, I think he might go harder and whoop Lomachenko's ass harder, especially after the Jermaine Ortiz situation.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, D, but check me out though. Like, look at the way he was Loma had him gassed out the second half of the fight, and he started applying pressure. Although with late, I think Loma will apply that kind of pressure much earlier.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair assessment. Because Tiafimo is there to be hit. His defense is horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible, and he gets frustrated too. Like he lost that fight with Sandor Martin.
Mm-hmm.
With that whack ass Philly shell in there looking stupid. I don't know why motherfuckers that clearly don't have the athleticism be trying to do the Philly shell. Like, bruh, not even Floyd did that shit. Not even Floyd did that shit the whole fucking fight, bro.
Nope, he would do it in spurts. Like the best person with the Philly shell to me was James Toney.
Right, exactly. So even Floyd had to get away from that shit with some people. Like, you think Floyd was in there fucking going Philly shell crazy with Maidana? Hell no, he kept his fucking hands up. And he wasn't in there fucking Philly shelling against Maidana and fucking Kodo and all those dudes. Hell no, he kept his goddamn hands up. Because people like Tiafimo do that shit, all they end up doing is getting hit in the goddamn head because they keep their hands low.
Remember Caleb did that shit against Canelo and got caught a couple times. Yeah, it's not for everybody, man. I try that shit. I try that shit in the ring. It's not comfortable. Like, for me, like, I'll do it like in spurts. Like, it's something you have to get used to. And people just kind of try to do it and they get fucked up for just doing it. Like, I wish people would stop. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like,
I mean, yeah, look at Tony Harrison versus Tim Tszyu. It's like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? You know goddamn well you do not have the level of athleticism to adequately catch, parry, or slip any of Tim Tszyu's punches. He just sat there posing in the Philly show with his right hand down and kept getting the shit slapped out of him. I was like, bruh,
No.
what the fuck wrong with you?
I was in the same Harrison though, bro. That to me, I was like, damn, bro.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But this motherfucker fought Jermell Charlo twice. You don't see Jermell in there Philly selling. He puts his goddamn hands up. And I understand that dudes. I understand that dudes are trying to preserve their shoulder endurance, but you got to train for that shit when you're dealing with a puncher and you know you have chin issues. He's in there with not one but both his hands down. Like, bro, you kept your hands up higher with Charlo, and he was a more sophisticated operator. The fuck is that?
Bro, I had no words watching that shit, man. I was like, what is this shit?
I mean, I knew he was gonna get knocked out, but I didn't think he'd go out like that. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, I was really hoping he would like present a better case for himself, because I was honestly hoping for a Charlo Harrison 3, man. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, they're gonna hear.
Nah, I knew he was getting washed. I didn't think he was just gonna go in and just like people were bagging on that. Go ahead.
What do you guys think about a Jesus Ramos and a Fundora at 154?
That's good shit.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
That's good shit. And honestly, Ramos, the way Cotto was getting off on Fundora, Ramos might fuck around and do something.
Yo, I was about to say the same thing. I legit think so, man. Like, that motherfucker, y'all seen what he did to Joey, and he could fight on the inside, man. I think he's gonna make it uncomfortable for Fundora, honestly.
He's a big 154 too.
Yeah, he is. He's big.
I'm gonna tell you this. Fundora, I'm giving Fundora all his respect. Fundora is a good operator, big, tall, throws a lot of punches, whatever. If Jesus Ramos goes to the body from round one, he's gonna stop Fundora.
Yeah.
Because Lubin landed 2 good body shots. Only 2. Only fucking 2. And they had Fundora bending over like, shit.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like Fundora though.
Lubin screwed it up.
Yeah, Lubin only landed 2 good body shots. I'm not gonna say he was winning or anything. He was getting his ass whooped. But the 2 good body shots, the 2 body shots he landed, Fundora was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that fight, I think due to Fundora's like frame, I think going to the body is like the best, the best thing to do against him personally.
That's all you can do. Because that's the biggest target. His head is too fucking tall.
Yeah, you gotta work. I don't understand why why Lubin wasn't working the body from. I don't know, man.
Lubin don't know what the fuck he doing.
Bro,
he got in there with the spectacle. No, seriously, it happens. He got caught up with the spectacle of the event. Forgot his training. Didn't listen to Coach Cunningham for shit, and he got his ass whooped. He forgot to step around.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of like what happened to Jermell Charlo in the first Castano fight. He got in there, he got caught up in the moment, he stopped listening to Derek James, and he almost fucked around and lost.
Yeah. You honestly could argue that first fight either way. You really could.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah, I was also gonna ask about what's going on with Fundora. Who's fighting? He's fighting
Huh? There's like a bunch of
Forgot
there's
who
like a bunch of rain.
No, sorry. I'm getting gas. My bad. He's fighting Brian. He's fighting Brian Mendoza.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Brian.
Brian Mendoza's from Albuquerque. Fights out of Vegas. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's gonna be pretty good.
I think Brian Mendoza's pretty good.
He's
Yeah, I
made some
think so.
improvements. He's made some improvements, but I'm not gonna get caught up on recency bias just because he smoked Rosario. Rosario, everybody smoked him to the body. So
I think
He's got to prove a little bit more. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Rosario has like some kind of like nerve damage. There's something medically wrong there. That's not normal.
yeah, that nigga's fucked. That's why he said he retired. Like, yeah, we don't want to see you get fucking tapped in your ribs anymore. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, bro.
Anybody try to see that shit 15 fucking times? He get up like Gabe Rosado. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, but like it's the same thing as Lubin. Like it's the same thing as Lubin. Like his chin is just like he has a nerve damage. Like he's fucked. Oh no, kind of like what's his name? Who's that motherfucker that Zepeda? Jose Vargas. They got some fucking nerve issue where their shit is not good.
Yeah, but that shit with Rosario is not normal. Like it's really not. Like he has a whole like delayed reaction. It's kind of scary.
You had to have that man in the. You had to have that man in the seizure like he just got out of the best pussy ever. He was like, oh shit. That shit was fucked up. That shit was so unbelievable. People thought it was a fraud. People thought Charlie said that.
I remember that shit. We watched that shit at the crib. Like, man, I was like, yo, is this nigga dead? Like, what?
Had that man convulsing. That shit was wild.
Yeah.
Hey, Kimber, I gotta get off here. It was nice meeting you guys.
Oh yeah, Sam. Have a good one, Skywalker.
All right, later, guys.
Yeah. Like I was also gonna ask. I believe for 154, I'm hearing that there's another big fight that's brewing up soon, but I forgot who's.
Who?
I think Brian Castano. Like I heard he's coming back. Like I don't know. I think
that's good work.
I think so.
Yeah. Against who though?
That's a good question. Because honestly, like I was hearing that he was gonna fight Erislandy Lara, but then I'm like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
Again?
Yeah, why?
What the fuck? I mean, it was a draw, so Castano technically need to see who could, but Castano will probably knock him out at this point.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. And then Triple G was supposed to fight Laura. We know that shit wasn't gonna happen.
Fucking punk ass Triple G ain't trying to fight nobody real.
Yeah, he not. I'm gonna try to sell that glove I have of his.
I was gonna say Castano, he could fight Danny Garcia. That's a good fight. Have that in New York City.
Man, Danny Garcia bitch ass don't want no legitimate smoke at 154. He trying to fight Laura. He trying to fight Laura his goddamn self.
Yeah, I thought
talking about
already.
Talking about fucking catch weight. I'm like, you bitch ass nigga.
What are you gonna do What are you gonna do like at this point for real? Like,
nobody
wants to fight each other, man.
I'm trying to give Danny Garcia a pass because of all the premium smoke he had at 140 and 147. And I asked Twitter, I was like, hey, should we give him a pass or should we cook this nigga? They said give him a pass, but I'm still like, bro, all that work at 154, you trying to fight fucking Lara? Come on, bro.
You know what it is, bro.
Like, don't get me wrong. I get it. If I had my ass whooped in front of my kids, maybe I'll have a mental breakdown too. But like, come on, dog. Talking about I've been dealing with depression. You got your ass whooped. It happens. Okay, there's levels to this shit. You made a bunch of money. Yeah, you made a bunch of money. Those kids are very wealthy. Come on, dog. Go out on a fucking. Actually, no. What am I saying? I guess he is trying to go out on a high note.
I mean, he got beat up by Spence, the worst he's ever been beat after a car accident. Like, you know, man, like, that shit had to be. You know what I'm saying? He gotta feel some kind of way. You feel me? Like,
Right.
bro,
And people were giving him a legitimate chance. People were like,
they
"Oh,
were.
shit, Danny Garcia might knock out Spence." Yeah, they're like, he might knock Spence out with a left hook. I mean, we went in there and fucking dud.
Yeah, that
Didn't do shit. That shit was crazy. I honestly felt bad watching this shit because after the third round, he got some of that body work. He was like, you know what? Let me just chill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was also gonna ask about AJ and Franklin. Who do you guys got for AJ Franklin?
All the
AJ.
smart
I got
money.
AJ.
Yeah, I got AJ knocking him out probably in 5 because Franklin is not that good. And people can say what they want about Dillian White, but Dillian White's not that good. So, like, Dillian White's whole reputation came from, oh, he might be the guy that beats Wilder. Keep in mind, he was never going to be the guy that beats Wilder. He's fucking terrible. Talking about, oh, I haven't got my title shot in 1,000 days or oh, fuck. But
I can't stand Dillian White, bro. You know how I feel about the UK niggas beat.
That nigga's fucking trash. He's not even a good one. He's fucking ass. Like Daniel Dubois probably knocked Dillian White out. No doubt.
I think so.
Yeah, but that's why he tried to rematch Chisora because he don't want to fight nobody certified because he'll get his ass whooped. Like, let me go ahead and fight. Yeah, like let me go ahead and fight Chisora for a third fucking time because I don't want to fight none of these young lions. Somebody like Hergovich might fucking beat my ass. But no, yeah, AJ should dispose of him because he's been beat by lesser people. But I'm gonna tell y'all this: if AJ fuck around and lose, Derrick James had nothing to do with the shit.
Yeah, he had nothing to do with it.
That nigga
look
has
how
been
big
broken.
AJ is, yo. Like seriously,
Yeah.
like look how big he is for this fight.
That motherfucker is a 30-year-old Olympian talking about this is the first time I've been running and chopping wood. Nigga,
bro, what? He said that?
The fuck is wrong with you? He acting like this is the first time he's ever had to do road work and chop wood. I'm like, bro, these are ancient ass Muhammad Ali, George Foreman moves, and you talking about, oh yeah, I've never had training like this. What the fuck was you doing?
But you know them UK niggas be like, they don't look. We don't. I don't know. We're the best when it comes to this boxing shit. Like hands down. So it's it's to be expected that they don't really do a lot of that shit in the UK. But road work, like not doing road work. He said this today.
I mean, you heard him. I mean, not today, but he said it recently in one of his promo videos. But you saw him after he said, "Oh, I'm 18 stone or whatever. I can't move like this."
Garbage ass.
I'm like, get your fat ass out of here because you ain't doing no fucking road work. Yeah, now Derrick James got his ass running, and it's like exactly.
AJ said he will retire if he loses to Franklin, according to Remy.
You goddamn right he needs to retire. That if you lose to Franklin, my God. Like Dillian White got a pass for that because Dillian White's always been trash. Like nobody really thinks Dillian White's good. But like AJ, if you lose to Franklin, like
Dillian White's fucking terrible. We know this. Fuck Dillian White.
Yeah, Dillian White's never been good.
Dillian White.
Like honestly, if Derek Chisora had a jab, he would beat Dillian White. But Derek Chisora don't got no jab.
Derek Chisora lacks a lot of shit. So
yeah, Derek Chisora is fucking horrible. Derek Chisora has never been good. Like he's the fucking Gabe Rosado of the heavyweight division. He's just some asshole that's there to get beat up.
I mean, literally. Did he finally retire?
I don't understand how he makes all that money.
No, he's talking about fighting Dillian White again. Because like, what else?
Why?
Because easy money, bro. He's had his ass whooped so many times. What job do you think he's not smart enough to do?
That's true. That's fair.
This nigga couldn't flip the fucking burgers at McDonald's at this point, bro. Like, this is all he know how to do.
He said it. Oh shit.
No, bro. Like he can't do shit else. All he knows is how to get his ass whooped, and that's it. So he gonna go in there and keep in mind, Dillian White. Like the last time they fought, he knocked his ass out with one punch. One punch. fucking slut Chisora.
Yeah, it was out. He's like with Dillian, he's susceptible to that uppercut. I will say the one thing I do like, he's with Barry Hunter now, right? Or is it Virgil Hunter? I
what?
forgot who he's with now. Who's Dillian with now? Barry or Virgil?
I didn't know he was with either one.
He's with
with
Buddy
Barry
McGirt.
Hunter now, I think. Oh, he's with Buddy McGirt.
He's with Barry Hunter? Yeah, because I was gonna say Barry Hunter probably would have had him looking better.
No, he was a buddy. Yeah, he was a buddy.
Barry Hunter doesn't train him.
Yeah,
Barry
it
Hunter.
was
okay.
Buddy McGirt. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah, I
why
know
I thought it was Barry Hunter. My bad.
Yeah,
My fault.
Barry
I
Hunter.
mean, at least he did the. Yeah, he is. At least he did the cross guard. Cross arm guard to kind of deflect uppercuts. But I had Jermaine winning that fight too.
Go ahead, I apologize.
I had Jermaine winning. The only time Dillian hurt him was in the 12.
I think I might have had either a draw or Dillian win by like a round. I think, and it's only because Jermaine Franklin let off the gas and toward the mid rounds had almost no punch activity. He had very little. He had very little punch activity, and what makes me mad is that was Jermaine Franklin's time. That was Jermaine Franklin's fight to lose, because look at all you gotta do is jab your way in and set up some uppercuts on Dillian. He gone. He gone. Like he cannot handle uppercuts. So the fact that Franklin didn't train to land that heavy punch one time in that fight is like that's on him. Because Dillian Whyte is somebody that's not hard to outbox, and he's definitely not hard to knock out.
Yeah, he loves getting knocked out. We know that.
Yeah, bro. Like Povetkin fucking was 52 years old, put one punch on his ass, and he fell asleep.
Knocked his ass out in the plantation field, bro.
That shit was honestly one of my favorite fights. That was my favorite Povetkin performance. That shit was fucking hilarious. I was dying. I was like, oh,
y'all know how I feel about Povetkin, but I was happy that he beat Dillian, man. I can't stand Dillian. Like,
yeah, Povetkin. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, D. No, go ahead, D. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Povetkin is a cheating son of a bitch, but the thing is, he don't be out here talking all that shit. When he got caught, he just shut the fuck up and took the allegations. It's like, yeah, nigga, you busted. He didn't come out and say, oh, I'm entitled to this. Wilder's a dog. All this bullshit. Like, nah, bro, because Povetkin was supposed to fight Wilder, and he knew he was gonna be the guy.
Wilder wasn't in Russia. You remember Wilder was in Russia, and then the fight got. That's when Povetkin got popped. He was in Russia.
Yeah, and you know, goddamn well, Povetkin was thanking God that he got popped and didn't have to fight Wilder because he knew he was gonna get smoked.
Oh yeah,
he knew he was gonna get smoked. He knew that Dillian Whyte was a much more beatable opponent, and of course, it just happened.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Since we brought up AJ Wilder, y'all already know how I feel about this, but like, if AJ looks like, if he looks good against Franklin tomorrow, like how y'all see that playing out if we get a Wilder AJ?
I don't see us getting Wilder AJ, and the truth of the matter is, because first off, I think AJ will probably try to fight Fury first, and yeah, you know, maybe, but at least with Fury, he actually might have a shot with Derek James' system. Wilder, there's nothing you can do. And the thing is, too, the moment I saw Klitschko hit AJ so hard, he fucking dropped it like it's hot, I knew he wasn't fighting no Wilder. I know. I was like, that was back in 2017. I was fucking like just graduating college. I was like, oh, hell no, this nigga never gonna see Wilder after this shit.
Nah, never.
I was like, nah, so he'll probably try to fight Fury and then retire. And keep in mind, that's if he even looks good here.
No, that's true. That's facts.
Because Franklin is a live underdog. Franklin is definitely a live underdog. Hopefully, now that he has some experience with Dillian Whyte, and you know he understands the UK judging system. Hopefully, his fat ass comes in better shape because he's consistently out of shape. Yeah. You can tell he has not been taking boxing serious. So hopefully he comes in better shape this time and actually comes to fucking fight.
That's true. I think he will. He looks like he's taking this fight very serious. But I worry about the big size differential. Like AJ will use it to his advantage, especially under the Derek James system. Like, I mean, we'll see though, because AJ, hopefully he don't quit. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see.
That's the thing about AJ. His size, he doesn't know how to use it. He's not an intelligent boxer. And honestly, AJ is somebody you don't even have to beat with power. You can beat AJ with finesse.
Yeah.
Like AJ is so fucking stupid and slow. You can just dance on him.
I mean, that's how Usyk beat him, really.
I mean, Usyk had to apply some pressure because Usyk is a lot smaller and had to get within AJ's reach. But in AJ in the second fight, he could have finished off Usyk, but AJ can't finish a box of cereal.
No, he can't. Say this man can't finish a box of cereal. Damn.
Yeah, AJ can't finish. He can't finish a fucking sentence. Like, come on. Like, he had Usyk wobbled and on the ropes, and he wasted all that gas. Like, honestly, he was looking like Charlo in the first Castano fight. All that work and all of it was ineffective. So hopefully he actually. My thing is though the thing about how do you say rebuilding a fighter is boxing is physics in motion, and boxing is almost like being a quarterback but with no team. You are the only one that is actively on the field in the play, and you have to memorize. You have to memorize a lot of skills, a lot of plays, and a lot of those things you've never had to do before. And you have to memorize them and execute them in a very specific order against live resisting opposition in front of an active crowd. That's incredibly hard to do. And it's honestly, it's why Wilder lost to Fury in the third fight, aside from being too heavy, because he had learned too many new things and he couldn't implement them all in the correct order. And that's why he lost, because that shit is overwhelming. So people can talk about how DJ is a great trainer. And that's why I said this shit is not on DJ if AJ fucking loses, because AJ has been taught how to box improperly for 20 years. You can't unfuck 20 years of bad coaching with 8-week camp. You can't.
No.
So if AJ,
honestly,
go ahead.
like 2 or 3. My bad, bro. My fault.
No, No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying he probably going to need, honestly, like 2 or 3 fights to kind of really get accustomed to the Derek James system.
Yeah, like, honestly, I understand why Derek James is doing it, because you're getting a big-ass bag out of this shit. That's cool. But AJ, as far as what I have observed, like, he doesn't have the stamina. He doesn't have the consistency. He doesn't, like, AJ's jab. I don't know fuck AJ's jab, but he stopped. I think he stopped jabbing. Like, I don't know, like after Dillian White, like he just stopped jabbing. That shit was like fucking weird to me. Like he just fell in love with his power. Actually no, AJ hasn't been jab active since Ruiz 2. Andy Ruiz 2 was the last time we saw AJ use a consistent, good hard jab. And it's wild. It's wild to me how a lot of fighters just abandon their jab and get themselves into deep trouble. Like Subra Matias did it, Tony Harrison did it, Jamel Charlo did. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what?
I'll never understand it either. Like when I'm in the ring, I love to work behind the jab. I think almost to a fault.
Yeah, same here.
Even though it's just sparring, right? But it's just I don't know what it is, but like. I don't know why people abandon.
Like if you know you're in there with some garbage dude who doesn't have the reach and can't punch, okay, sure, abandon your jab and get him out of there. But the thing is, you can't just sit there, not jab, and stare at your opponent expecting things to happen. No, you need to be active, you need to be jabbing, or you need to be mobile. But a part of you got to get moving. AJ was sitting at Usyk looking at this nigga like something was getting ready to change.
Yeah,
like what the fuck are you doing? Punch him.
AJ could have won that fight, man.
I mean, honestly, AJ was the favorite in the first fight. I picked Usyk to beat him because I didn't think AJ. Number one, I didn't think AJ's durability was reliable enough. You tap that nigga on the temple, he's on fucking roller skates.
Yeah.
And second of all, I didn't think he had the requisite skill. And unfortunately, I was right because I wanted AJ to win, but he just couldn't pull it off.
Yeah. Crowd, I'm about to hop off in like a minute or two, but somebody asked y'all a question. Usyk Wilder. I know that's the fight I want. I know D-Hop, that's the fight you want. Crowd, that's the fight you want. You know what I'm saying? How y'all see that playing out? Like what round, what fashion?
Honestly, I see. To be honest, I'm thinking Wilder, like inside of 7.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm talking like not like just knockout. I'm talking sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like asleep. Because I'm just thinking AJ in the first fight landed 4 good right hands on Usyk, and his face looked like he had been in the whole fight. And then you go back to that shot in the 9th round on the second fight. If Wilder landed that shit, it would be over. Like, so yeah, I'm thinking he lays Usyk's ass to rest.
Yeah. For me, like I got Wilder in 1 if Usyk is gonna be crazy enough to try to trade with him. But if Usyk hangs on, I got Wilder in 9.
Fury,
definitely 9 rounds. It's not like
it won't be
not
close.
going 12.
Nah, it's definitely not going 12. Hell no.
Yeah, because like I don't understand like why people fantasize this reality to think Usyk can beat Wilder, which is possible. But
no, I mean it's boxing. You know, anything is possible.
Yeah. Just said Deontay Wilder, he's not letting a guy like Usyk beat him because he's he's already faced he's already faced like a great pure boxer puncher in his career. So Usyk is like not like a stranger to Deontay Wilder's fighting style.
Yeah. One of the primary reasons also that I didn't pick AJ to beat Usyk either time is because people just fall in love with Usyk because of what the news says about him. But the reality is AJ is an archetype of every fighter that Usyk has ever looked great against. He's just a big, slow, plodding puncher. All of Usyk's best wins are big, slow, plodding punchers. Briedis, big, slow puncher. Gassiev, big, slow puncher. And then the rest of them have lacked boxing IQ. Like Tony Bellew, lacked boxing IQ.
I was about to mention him.
Tony Bellew is a fucking idiot. He's like fucking complete moron. Chaz Witherspoon, decent, but with all due respect, not the best. Michael Hunter was a certified dub. I won't lie. And even though Michael Hunter was just Michael, he's Michael Hunter. But and also, like, I'm not saying that Gassiev and Briedis were bad wins, especially Gassiev. Gassiev was, probably tougher than Briedis at the time, because look at who Briedis just lost to. He lost to some fucking nobody out of Australia. Like, so it's like, it's not that hard to beat him. But and Gassiev has gone to heavyweight and basically disappeared. Like, we don't know what the fuck happened to Gassiev. He's been fighting nobody. So clearly, these dudes are not the world, certified talent that we've all been like really led to believe.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not saying Usyk doesn't have any good wins. This cruiserweight run is cool, but AJ is an archetype of every fighter that Usyk has ever looked good against.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, Crowd, thank you for having me on. We're gonna talk about that event out here, Crowd, tomorrow. I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I just got busy, so we can make arrangements and stuff for sure. Thank you for having me on. Yo, sorry I can't be on longer. I got other stuff I gotta do. So, D, good talking to you again, man. Crowd, you gonna be on again sometime this week or like next week?
Yeah.
Just message me. I'll be on. Just message me. I'll be on. Oh, for sure. I'll be on. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
All right, you have a good one, man.
Yep.
Later, you guys. For sure.
Yeah. Yep, I got you.
And then we got
Yeah.
fights. We got, huh?
No. Like I was just gonna say that this weekend's pretty packed.
Yeah. What? Remind me what we got this year. I mean, I know we got AJ Franklin. Yeah, we got that one.
Yeah. We got Robesi versus Dog Bay, and then we have, sadly, Roy Jones Jr. versus Anthony Pettis, tomorrow.
That bullshit is happening this weekend. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Man, Roy Jones, and you know what? This is exactly what Roy Jones deserves. He talks all that shit about spins, and then he's getting his little pupils beat the hell up in sparring by heavyweights, apparently fucking up an Adrian Broner fight. Like, this is exactly what he deserves. Sitting next to Paulie Malignaggi and fucking Antonio Tarver. Man, this is what he get. Still fighting for a
Pettis knocks him out.
still fighting for a paycheck to make the goddamn rent.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what his ass did.
Yeah, F. Roy Jones.
Yeah, always talking shit.
Yeah, it's just sad because it's just like, he should just be sitting home, retired, but knowing he's probably not that smart financially. He's just blowing.
Oh no, Roy Jones smoked all his money. He smoked all his money. He made bad investments in different types of businesses. Made a lot of music that didn't hit too hard. So yeah, he broke in the joke.
Just a complete douchebag. I don't like him.
I mean, like I said, I like Roy as a fighter, but as a commentator and as a trainer, he be doing some fuck shit. Not to mention, his people be getting smoked. Like Eubank Jr. just got smoked, and that shit was bad.
Yeah. And now, like, I'm hearing Eubank and Conor Benn, they're gonna fight each other. I'm like, what?
I don't know. I heard Kell Brook is supposed to fight Conor Benn now, so I don't fucking know.
Oh my god,
Like,
Kell Brook.
they're trying to, because look, Kell Brook is another crackhead. He smoked all his money.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I heard, he's going through like some really bad like addiction, and I'm hoping he doesn't die to suicide. Yeah.
He got no discipline. He's a fucking cokehead. He's smoking all his money. He always getting into fucking gambling debt and shit. Like he's a fucking moron. He's got no good people on his team.
Plus, you're screwing up like your family too. Your children are gonna, separate from you.
Hey man, that is what it is. No one told this dumbass to be out there smoking all his chips.
Just a fucking retard. Wow.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, because Eddie Hearn has invested so much money behind Conor Benn, trying to promote him as his father's son. That now he's just trying to market him, and get him a fight versus anyone. He's got him like a hooker on the street corner, trying to make his money back. He's trying to talk about him versus Pacquiao, him versus Ben, him versus Eubank, and it's like, bro, we don't even know if this guy's gonna get a license. The California State Athletic Commission just came out today and said they're not licensing him. So they thought that despite the BBC coming on and saying that, the reports are inconclusive, blah, 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 you've been cleared, it's still a matter of getting your license back, which he currently doesn't have in the UK. And the United States, apparently, at least California, I don't know if they've tried in Nevada yet, but in California, he can't fight there. So... yeah, I don't know what their plan is. I don't know if they're going to continue the lawsuit against the BBC or whatever. But yeah, that shit's not working out.
Yeah, so Conor Benn, he can't fight in California.
Nope. The State Athletic Commission said, hell no, we're not giving that fucking roided up freak a license. So their last resort might be Vegas, to be honest, because Vegas is not going to turn down the money.
Yeah, New
California
York is definitely not going.
Yeah, New York not gonna go for that bullshit. But yeah, California, they have the revenue to. They don't really need. California doesn't really need boxing. Like they have boxing, but they don't really fucking need it. Like the same as New York doesn't need boxing. Like like
Yeah.
New York doesn't need boxing. They got the fucking New York Stock Exchange right there. They don't need boxing. They have boxing. They don't need it for anything. Whereas Las Vegas, they'll take they got Vegas, but they'll take boxing.
Yeah. But I don't know, like Connor Ben coming over to America, like I think he's just gonna bitch out and he's just gonna keep himself, in the UK. But if anything, if he can't fight, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I apologize.
No, I was gonna say if he can't get if he cannot get his license, back in the UK and he's just completely banned for X amount of years, then his only best bet is he has to basically fight international.
I mean, he could fight somebody, but it's gonna he could fight in like Vegas or whatever, but it's gonna be against one of these random dudes. Like if he comes to the United States, it's gonna be against old Pacquiao or shitty Eubank that no one wants to see, or like a crackhead Kell Brook. But it's not gonna be against any certified out. It's not gonna be against Boots or Virgil or any dude like that. Like he's not gonna fight them because even on steroids, they both knock his ass out. Like Stan Jonas could probably beat up fucking Conor Ben.
Yeah. Stanionis
And
will
I
beat
feel-
the crap out of him.
And I personally feel a little dumb because like I was one of those people that was fooled into thinking he had just made lots of good technical adjustments, but it turns out this motherfucker just hopped on steroids. Like him, like him knocking out Algieri wasn't surprising because Algieri can't punch. Like Chris Algieri is not a person that can punch, but like all these other people, I'm thinking, oh shit, like Conor Ben just made a lot of adjustments. Nah, he just hopped on drugs.
This trash.
So I'm not particularly hyped up. I don't really care. Like unless he's fighting someone certified in the top 10, I really couldn't care less about the direction his career takes. I really don't. If Pacquiao's stupid ass wants to come out of retirement because he can't keep any of his money either and fight Conor Ben, then he deserves every horrible thing that Conor Ben does to him. I hope Manny Pacquiao is juicing so he doesn't get destroyed. But at some point, at some point it becomes a size and it becomes an age issue. Like Pacquiao is fucking 45 years old, so
He's an old dad.
yeah, that's like Mayweather. That's like Mayweather coming out of retirement to like fight somebody like Charlo. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I remember when dudes were saying that Mayweather could come out of retirement and beat up the 160 Charlo. I was like, man, you niggas, like y'all trying to get Mayweather smoked because that's like stop. I mean, I'm not no disrespect, but like a 45-year-old Mayweather versus prime Jamal Charlo, like nah, y'all need to just relax and go on and do something else because that's crazy.
Yeah. I was actually gonna switch topics and ask you two questions about two potential boxing situations. I wanted to get your take on Chris Colbert versus Jose Valenzuela. Do you think that was a robbery? And then if Virgil Ortiz is completely out with the medical situation, who do you think could replace him for the Eimantas Stanionis fight if there's a possible opponent for him?
Well, let's start on the Colbert Valenzuela situation. Yes, I believe Valenzuela was robbed, and it's not just because of the knockdowns. Chris Colbert was doing some good work. He did show superior hand speed, but personally, when it came to landing more shots and the shots that mattered, I do not think Colbert did well enough to secure 6 rounds clean. I think at the very worst, it was a robbery or a Valenzuela dub. So, yeah, I think Valenzuela got robbed. I don't know who the fuck Heyman trying to save Colbert for. Like, He's a pussy. As you can see, he didn't even want to rematch Valenzuela. They talking about rematching fucking Hector Garcia. It's like, bro, and then he said he's going back down in weight after talking about Frank Martin. It's like, bro, he's worthless. Like, he's worthless. Like this, between losing to Hector and now this fight, he knows that he's not that guy. So now he's going to try to coast. He's going to try to coast his way back into a championship situation, and then he's going to chill for the majority of his career. Because if you didn't have punching power at 130, and then you go up to fucking 135, and you can, like, barely hurt a fly, like, it's not going to work out. Like, you know, and he's not as skilled as someone like a Tank or a Devin Haney or somebody else. So it's like, yeah, man, like, he now knows his level. I'll say that he now knows his level.
Shit, I actually, like, you may think I'm crazy, but first initial thought when I watched like the fight, I thought Ryo won, but then when I look back at it, I don't know if it's just me like looking at what the round was showing, each round, but I was literally thinking like after like the second rewatch, I was like, okay, maybe Chris could have won, but then after watching it like a third or fourth time, like I'm like, I don't know. Like some of these rounds look very close, and I was thinking inside like my head, could this be like a draw? But then I'm just like, actually no. You know, like I'll just play devil's advocate and just be like, you know what? Ryo won. Chris is not that good, and even if this was like Ryo versus Frank Martin, that would be like a much harder fight to call compared to Chris, because it's like Chris is not even like at like he's not on that level where, you know, he's like another clone of like, you know, Gervonta Davis or Frank Martin or like anybody in like a top 10 situation. But it's just like why does Chris think he's actually relevant? It's like, you know, honestly, he should have never fought at 135. He should have just kept himself at 130 and just, you know, did everything, you know, that way, because this fight just shows like, you know, he could easily get knocked out now.
Well, hey, I will admit I'm biased. I don't particularly like Chris Colbert, but I'll watch the fight again. You know, it's not that long of a fight. It was an entertaining fight. So, yeah, I'll watch it again, and I will get back to you and see if my opinion has changed. But I personally didn't see Chris Colbert secure 6 rounds. I should have scored it while I was watching it, but I was a little bit preoccupied with work. But, yeah, I'll give it a second watch and see what I come up with. As far as the second question that you asked was on
the replacement for Virgil Ortiz,
right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Well, me being me, of course, you know I'm thinking Boots, but number one, if I was a Montes Stanionis, I probably wouldn't fight Boots next and then go to Virgil, because number one, the chance that you actually beat Boots is very fucking slim. Very, very slim. There's a reasonable possibility you're going to get the shit beat out of you. And then even if you did, that would be a super hard fight right after Butayev and a layoff. And then you got to go into Virgil. That probably is not the best thing. And I don't think Montes is that kind of warrior, especially after his surgery. And also, I'm pretty sure because the fight was going to be on DAZN, they're going to pull some fuck shit where they're like, Ennis can't fight on DAZN, even though Montes Stanionis fought on Showtime with no problem. So you know, yeah, I think it's going to be a situation like that. But I don't know. Crawford is probably going to fight Roca, so they might pull in like Blair Cobbs or somebody. He's always bitching and running his mouth talking about he wants to fight the best. So, you know, they have no problem sacrificing his ass for a bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Probably Blair Cobbs is going to get beat up.
Yeah, because Cobbs fucking sucks. I don't know what niggas are thinking. Talking about, oh, put Blair Cobb in, give Blair Cobb this. I'm like, fucking for what? He's fucking terrible.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that, like that Mexican dude, you know, that fights on Golden Boy, maybe Raul Carrillo, but I think he'll get beat up.
Yeah, I mean, just stay on this. Like now with this, I mean, well, when Virgil had this condition the first time, his performance in the first few rounds against McKinson looked kind of sketch. But he came back and knocked him out. So I mean, but before the appendicitis thing, shit, I had Stanionis winning a close decision. But now that I'm thinking about it, if it even goes to the Cars, they're probably going to give it to Virgil because he's Golden Boy. Golden Boy has very few stars, and they only want to sacrifice him for the big ass bag. So, but yeah, this is a tough fight for Virgil, and hopefully he's okay. But yeah, I would love to see Boots replace Virgil, but I don't think Stanionis would do that to himself.
Yeah, I just don't know like what's gonna happen with Virgil because I'm hoping he doesn't, get really really sick and he dies. But with this condition, like, makes me think that he's not being smart with his body, or he just has like a natural medical condition that could probably occur. But it's like from what I looked at with this condition, this only occurs if you're taking some sort of naturalized. Well, I wouldn't even say naturalized, but it says that this condition can occur if you're overtraining or if you're taking steroids. That's basically what I saw. Like as far as like a short, brief, definition of this, condition, right?
Right, and both are not good. To be quite honest, both are bad because the reality of the situation is that to be honest, the reality of the situation is that he's already a pretty big kid. He's already a relatively large kid, and sorry, I'm just passing the state trooper. I was speeding, but yeah, no, he's already a large kid. He tried to fight at 140. He tried to fight at 140, didn't work out because he was too big. He's missed weight at 147 like 3 different times, and then this condition has already happened to him. He's only getting older. But he comes out and keeps saying it's not because he's struggling to make weight. He's overtraining and he hadn't even started cutting weight yet. But I'm like, bro, your fight is like, what, 5? That shit was like, what, 5 weeks out, a month out? And you hadn't even started cutting weight yet? That means that you're cutting a lot of weight in a short period of time, bro. And if you need to train this hard to get the weight off, then it's like, that's a fucking problem. And it's only going to get worse as you get older. I mean, he's a big guy. He has a very, he punches real hard. But then when you talk about him going up to 154, people are like, he's too small. It's like, no. What you mean to say is the skill gap is too large. He'll get beat the fuck up. Like, I don't understand why it's always about size. Like, these dudes keep trying to make, Devin Haney's just too big for Lomachenko. Like, no. Devin Haney is the better boxer. He's always been the better boxer, and that's why Lomachenko never wanted to fight him. And Lomachenko has fought people that are like fucking bigger than Haney. So it's like, just chill the fuck out with all that. It's like Virgil is good. He's big. He's strong. But at the end of the day, like there's levels. And if he goes up in weight, y'all are worried that there's so much talent at 154 that it'll be exposed. Or worse, there are people up there that are just as durable and punch just as hard.
Yeah. I just think Virgil Ortiz, in my honest opinion, he should just try to see how everything goes at 154. Like, I wouldn't mind, a fight with like, I don't know, he could fight Vladimir Hernandez and just see how those waters could be tested. Because if it is like a weight, discrepancy, I think that's really the cost of what's really happening. Because, I like back in like my day, for wrestling in high school, you had to weigh in, the day of like your fight day or your match, right? So like there was no like cut around corners of like you trying to take like all these crazy weight cuts to like get to where you had to be. But in boxing, you could basically just do, a weigh-in a day before, and then on fight day you rehydrate to like 20 something odd more pounds, and you can easily utilize whatever advantages that could be considered PED or not, right?
Right. Yeah. And yeah, but in like the Olympics, it's a different set of circumstances because I believe that Daniel Cormier, when he was doing Olympic wrestling, he had a similar issue with his kidneys, where he got kidney damage because he did a water cut and he cut his water too much. So I don't know. Their team, their team has got to make some serious decisions, because I understand they're sitting here waiting on the belts to free up, which is why Virgil is so inactive. And because the more often he cuts weight, the higher risk he is for this thing happening. And I understand that they're waiting on the belts to free up, which is why Virgil is so inactive. But they got to make some decisions here, because he had to be hospitalized over fucking McKinson. Now, I admit that Stayonis is a better fight, and it's a good fight, and it's a big fight, but they got to be realistic about their options here.
Yeah. But on top of that, it's like guys like Stanionis are not going to wait around for you, so it's either now or never. So
Stayonis will wait. Stayonis will wait, because he's not getting a champion right now. He doesn't want to fight Boots. Keith Thurman won't fight him, so he'll wait. I mean, he has no fucking choice. He'll wait, or he'll fight some bum Golden Boy gets for him.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind Alexis Roca. He could fight Roca, and then that'll blockade Terrence Crawford from trying to fight him.
Nah, Roca don't want to fuck up his Terrence Crawford bag.
Yeah, man. Let me fight Terrence Crawford.
Because both Stayonis and Crawford beat Roca, so it's like, why not take a loss for more money?
Oh wait, Stanionis beat Roca?
Yeah, Stayonis beat the shit out of Roca.
Oh yeah. Theoretically, yeah.
You can disagree, but I picked Stayonis to beat Roca. Like,
No. I think Stanionis would just beat the crap out of him. I don't see that fight being like a typical Roca beatdown where he thinks that he's just gonna automatically get like a knockout. Which, that's what I don't like out of Alexis Roca. Like, he's just like his brother, like Ronnie Rios, but it's just like the difference is like you're like relying so much off of your power, and the problem that most fighters out of his caliber goes through is that he doesn't focus on boxing. He focuses on brawling. And in boxing, like, you have to be 100% schooled in fundamentals. Otherwise, if you're just always thinking like about knockouts, it's like you're gonna get knocked out. Like, that's what's gonna happen. When you up like your competition.
Yeah, man. It's this last fight, I'm pretty confident he had some hand issues, because he switched over gloves. So I was thinking he had some hand issues. But he definitely struggled on the inside, took a lot of punches, showed a lot of defensive lapses. So it's it's definitely tough. But someone like Stayonis. And people forget, I think Stayonis was an Olympian at some point. So people put a lot of people put a lot of pressure on the amateur shit, but then they don't give everybody credit for it. People keep forgetting that Stayonis was also an Olympian, very well schooled. Honestly, he looks like a fucking welterweight Triple G, to be honest, with a little bit less power.
Yeah.
Like people. I don't know why people don't say that about him, but that's who he looks like. He looks like fucking Triple G.
Yeah, he really does. Way better than him, for sure.
No, I'm not gonna say way better, because Triple G punched real hard. Like I haven't heard any crazy sparring stories from Stayonis like I've heard about Beterbiev and Triple G. Like, them niggas hit really, really hard.
Yeah. I actually heard. I don't know if you know that guy on YouTube and Instagram. I think his name's called. Mill City Boxing, but I saw his interview that he had with Stanionis, and Stanionis said he's been in there with some like heavy loaded punchers, and he says that most of what the punchers that he's been in there with are definitely around like 160 to like 175. Oh
yeah, for sure. No, I believe that Stayonis definitely got chin. Like that's something that he definitely got chipped. He was in there taking all types of shit from Butayev, and he wasn't moving. And Butayev can punch. Butayev is a
Yeah,
fucking puncher. Like Butayev would knock out every. Like if Butayev and fucking Virgil, if Butayev had the same resume as Virgil Ortiz, he would have knocked them all out.
Yeah.
That's no disrespect to Virgil. That's just facts. Like he would smoke them all.
Yeah, Butayev would just beat the living crap out of Virgil, and it would just be like a terrible broadcast.
Well, no, I don't think he beat Virgil. I just think that he would beat Virgil's resume. Like everybody that Virgil fought, Butayev would knock them out. But I think Virgil would beat Butayev.
Oh yeah, definitely. He would just wipe the entire roster.
Yeah. I mean, Butayev and Virgil is a good fight. I think it's a close fight. It's like probably like a majority decision situation because Virgil gonna get in there. He gonna take some heat. Virgil gonna take some punches. Butayev fucking put the heaters on your ass.
Yeah, I heard he's trying to fight Igas Kavalauskas, which I'm just like, are you serious? Like,
That's trash.
I'm not with that fight. Honestly, he should really fight Rashidi Ellis. But I was also gonna say, I was thinking maybe Roy Monvilla, he could fight Stanionis because if you think about that, like, you know, like obviously, like, you know, I probably would preferably like Roy Monvilla to fight Jaron Ennis, and then Butayev, maybe Butayev should get like a rematch with Stanionis, which I don't think that's necessary. But then again, they're not champions, so it's like maybe that makes sense, right? Financially.
No, not for me. Not with the amount of punishment Stanionis had to take off Butayev. Stanionis won the fight. I wouldn't revisit that unless I was a champion because number one, that was a lot of fucking punishment you took. His face looked fucked up. Number two, you got a Virgil fight, which is going to be a bigger attraction than Butayev. And also, you're the WBA, you're the regular champion, so you have a direct line to a belt once either Spence and Crawford fight or they.
Yeah. So, that's why that you say that, Imanta Stanionis, he should just, wait it out because it's like, regardless if you're going to get the Spence fight or not, you're basically going to become a champion if you become elevated by the WBA.
Yeah.
I remember Triple G knocking down Kovalev. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Triple G knocked down Kovalev in sparring. Wow. But you were saying, Diev, I'm sorry. Hello? Yeah, but yeah, in regards to, the whole situation with just Stanionis with the WBA title, I was thinking it's probably best to wait for Virgil, but if Virgil's not around and let's just say he's going to be out for a very long time, I think in due time, it's probably going to end up being Stanionis going up against maybe somebody like I don't even know, because honestly, if you're right there to let the Spence, fight or just get Spence's belt, if Crawford and Spence do fight, or if Errol Spence ends up, vacating, where he's like, all right, screw it, I'm not gonna deal with 147 because Crawford's, ducking me. So, he could vacate, and then Stanionis, he could become a champion right away. Because, for those of you that don't know, the WBA, they are planning on consolidating their title. So if you are a regular champion, you will most likely become mandated to fight the super champion. So that therefore they could, there could just be one title And I'm pretty sure even if you have like the interim belt, which that's really, the only belt that should matter when when you're trying to become a champion. If you want to get like the mandatory position, what should really end up happening is that you fight for interim, for one interim title per sanction body, and therefore that makes you the mandatory for the title. But either way, sanction bodies are BS, and they need to be taken down because it's like the ranking system is obviously BS, and you just go through a lot of loopholes to get away from certain fighters, and it doesn't really show that you're actually good. It actually just shows that you're really not on anybody's level at the high level, and that's why matchmaking in boxing is so terrible because like I'll even use it in female boxing. Like I'll use like, oh man, like I don't want to use like any girl that's on like the come up, but like no disrespect to this woman, but I'll use Caroline Dubois. Like Caroline Dubois, you obviously see her beating up on low level competition, but obviously she fights at lightweight. So lightweight is not heavily populated in the heavier female weight classes. So therefore, she's either one taking low level fights because she doesn't have anybody else to really fight her, or she's just doing that just to pad the record until she is like at that level to get the world title fight, which it doesn't make any sense because either way, like she's at a level in her position where she should be asking for better fights and she should be getting better fights. So case in point, if you are at that position like a Stanionis where you have fought some really, really good names in your division, in the welterweight division, but you're choosing not to fight the true killers in your division, like a Jerome Tennis or anybody that's going to be certified, then that's going to be the problem with Stanionis because, that's really how it is. And yeah, true. True, Remy. Sky Nicholson, too. I've been criticizing her for quite a while now. And actually, shout out to Tiara Brown. But Conor Loco posted like a video of her calling out everyone else at in her division, and she was talking a lot of smack towards Sky Nicholson, saying that she's ducking her, Erica Cruz is ducking her, and she's right about that because like I said, when you're starting out in boxing is one of the very few sports. Well, boxing is the only sport out of all combat sports where you can politically matchmake your career to get away from tough fights, because what ends up happening is that the state works with obviously the promotional companies that get in bed with each other with sanction bodies where you have this weird cabal of like bad actors in the sport where they're bribing money into these sanction bodies that act like political governmental bodies in a way, kind of like a government. But the thing is that what they do is that they strategize certain matches being made. That's why when you see these matches being made for hyped up fighters, you see why they're being matched up with them. Because if they were to be matched up tough from the beginning of their career, you would see more separation in skill level talent. And the thing is like when you look at like let's just say PBC, like I'll use Jose Valenzuela. Like I love Jose Valenzuela, but I knew within his career, Al Heyman's like, nah, dude, you're not gonna get no easy touch fight. I'm gonna put you in there with some actual loaded competition. But let's just take a look at what he's been going through in his last 5 fights, and I will compare that to let's just say Keyshawn Davis, who quote unquote says Rayo is not that good of a fighter, blah blah blah. But here's the thing: in his last 5 fights, he has fought Chris Colbert, Edwin De Los Santos, Francisco Vargas, Austin Dulé, Daniel Barrio. Out of these last 5 opponents, 4 out of his last 5 fights are all tough fights. And here's why. Chris Colbert is a very, very good name to have on your resume in which he should have arguably won that fight, in my honest opinion. But on top of that, that's still a tough fight. And same thing with Edwin De Los Santos. This guy blasted him in 3 rounds. But still, this was a good fight because Rayo, he was heavily all game in whatchamacallit. Like basically what I'm saying is like tough competition breeds you as a athlete to be good, no matter what you do.
Oh, can you hear me?
How's it going? Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I was driving. I hit a shitty spot and I couldn't get this shit back on. But sorry about that. Like I was saying about Stanionis. Yeah, man. Like I don't think there's no bigger winnable fight for Stanionis outside of Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford not gonna fight nobody like Stanionis right now.
Yeah, I was literally thinking like about that too, because Stanionis, like, let's just say, like, I'm just playing, spitball here, but if he was able to fight Crawford and he blasts Crawford, that means like Undisputed would be way easier with him and Spence, and then Stanionis could be like, yo, I got his belt, you got the WBA regular. Then him and Spence on PBC, that would be like massive.
Yeah, no, like no cap. Yeah, if he could fuck around and actually clear Crawford, I mean, I think Spence whoops his ass. But yeah, no, that him for Undisputed, that's some good money.
Yeah,
definitely some good money.
Yeah, but like honestly, like I don't even know. I just like I don't know what's gonna happen, in the welterweight division. But I'm really hoping Spence Crawford happens, because if it's happening from like what everyone's speculating to say, it could be in June, or I guess sometime by the end of the year, like, or next year. To which I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Crawford, he's still gonna duck Spence, no matter what. But let's just say if it does happen, then... Oh wait, what? Oh.
I was just gonna say I don't think it's going to happen, and to be honest, I think Spence, Espinoza, and all those for entertaining Terrence Crawford for the second time. Personally, here's what I think: Terrence Crawford, a prospect of a Spence fight, which he's already done, by the way, which he just did to BLK Prime. Spence fight to leverage Oscar into giving him a bigger bag for Roca. He's saying, "Look, man, I just got $10 million for Avanesian. They're offering me the Spence fight, but I'm willing to give myself to you." Keep in mind, Oscar is so stupid he can't see that Terrence Crawford doesn't actually want to fight Errol Spence. Oscar is so blinded by his hatred for PBC, his dumbass actually doesn't know that he could lowball Terrence Crawford and get him for a discount. But the thing is, once Oscar signs him, he's going to want to take some edge off Crawford and then feed Crawford to Virgil. But now Virgil, they don't even know if he can make 147 anymore. So they're in a weird spot here. But yeah, that's what Terrence Crawford is doing. I personally think that, and then Oscar has to go to Eddie Hearn and get Eddie Hearn to authorize more bread, because they think Terrence Crawford is a valuable pickup. Even though Eddie Hearn already said, I'm not dealing with fucking Terrence Crawford. For what? He doesn't sell. He's a fucking asshole, and I have no one for him to fight. All he would do is knock everybody out.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just trying to get the quick money and just try to rob up the bank the wrong way.
Yeah, he's trying to get maximum bread for minimum work. And to be honest, I said that's cool. What you should do is you should start doing exhibitions like Floyd, drop the belt, and get the fuck out of here. Like, you don't need your belt to fight the people that you're fighting. You can fight these people regardless. You're just fucking up the division. And the reason why he's doing that is because no one talked about Terrence Crawford that much, aside from right now. His only value comes from the prospect of fighting Spence. That's it. He's not a fantastic person. He has very little personality. His resume is fucking horrible. Nobody really talks about him. His fans don't even buy his fights, and he doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to fight anybody. So it's like that's why he's doing this. His belt. If he gave up that belt, people would stop talking about Terrence Crawford tomorrow. People would be talking about who's going to fight over the WBO. That's his only value. His only value comes from a potential Spence fight. Spence can fight a bunch of other people. Spence can fight fucking Stanionis. He can fight Boots. He can fight Thurman. He can fight Villa. He can fight Ellis. He can fight all of these people. Thurman is, fucking Bud don't have shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like I got this comment here by Rem. He said, makes you wonder how Ebony Bridges gets a title fights. Gotta ask brother on the panel. Yeah.
If the rumors are true, we know how she's back there getting title fights. She back there earning her shine, like fucking what's her name? Sky or whatever? Sky Nicholson.
Sky Nicholson.
Yes, they part of that fucking that Hearn harem.
Yeah. I just think Sky, she's definitely, she's definitely protected. That's for sure. She got some sort of like a sexual bribe going on.
I don't even think that I don't think that they have to be bribed. Eddie Hearn is a white male. He's reasonably handsome. He's like 6'4". He's a multi-generational millionaire. I don't think they need to be bribed, bro. I think that, if they have an opportunity to not only box, get spoon-fed certain fights, fuck a tall, wealthy, handsome dude, and get rich at the same time, I think they're probably just going to take that. And, hey, no harm, no foul, but it is what it is. You just gotta keep it 100.
They're basically gonna go let the Paige Van Zandt route, get the easy money.
Basically, like I even posted on Twitter like last year. I said that Ebony Bridges is gonna have the least surprising OnlyFans announcement in history, and lo and behold, that's what she ended up doing. Why do you think a lot of these chicks now, it's marketing sexuality because they want to pivot into other things. Like, they see boxing as a way to get some quick money, get a quick fan base, and then they're going to pivot into something else because the reality is boxing is hard and you could die doing it. It's very hard. It's not an easy sport. There's a lot of brain damage. Every time you get hit, you're taking years off your life. So if they get pivoted into something else, they're going to do that. They're not fighters. These chicks are not fighters. Ebony Bridges ain't no fucking fighter. She was fucking teaching math class and shit. It's easier. Socially, it's more acceptable to become a model or an adult, like an adult entertainer through other means than just going right into porn. And, people can say, oh, well, it's OnlyFans. It's okay. It's solo porn. And I have nothing wrong with porn. Porn is fine. But you just got to be honest about what you're doing. Like, Paige Van Zandt was garbage. Like, she was a trash fighter. And honestly, she could have saved herself years of beatings if she just went into porn early. She should have just got into modeling and porn first. But she tried to fight because she was going the more honorable or the more socially acceptable route, only to end up doing fucking OnlyFans and bare knuckle. It's like, boo-boo, fighting is not your strong suit. All you do is lose. You're not good at this shit. Just stick to fucking porn. There's nothing wrong with that. I would never regret something that made me a lot of money. Like, don't listen to people like Mia Khalifa or Brittany Renner saying they regret. No, these whores don't regret anything. And I don't mean whore in a derogatory fashion. I mean whore because it's what they are. But women do not regret making decisions that made them rich. The thing is being a whore is saturated. Nobody cares because everyone. But however, being a whore in recovery is becoming popular. It's an untapped market. So they have to make it seem like there's some sort of internal neglect or resistance when really it's the exact opposite. They want to be desired. They want to be a sex symbol. Everyone wants to be the new age Marilyn Monroe. But the thing is, Marilyn Monroe was a vanguard because society was uncomfortable with that sort of thing. So she was a trailblazer. Everybody loves whores now, so you hoes is coming into a market that's saturated. So y'all all gotta distinguish yourselves. So that's why they box, they power lift, they get into bare knuckle and all that shit because they're trying to find another avenue when all they want to do is go straight to the whore. But it's hard to distinguish yourself.
Yeah.
So you need another avenue of fame before you get there, and you can just pivot into what you wanted to do the whole time, which was, the whole shit, which is OnlyFans, which is porn, etc. Like if you look at if you look at what's her name, Stephanie Cohen, she got her fame from YouTube power. Yeah, she got her fame from YouTube powerlifting, and now she's fighting on Golden Boy for whatever reason. Yeah, like she owns a gym in Florida. She competed in bodybuilding and powerlifting. I don't know what the fuck she's boxing for, but when she starts an OnlyFans, if she doesn't already have one, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. It's not going to be shocking at all. That's all that's going to happen. And then people get mad at OnlyFans, like, bro, OnlyFans is only taking advantage of a market that's already there. Women have been trying to market women's boxing to men for years, and it hasn't worked because all the women that actually fought were ugly. All the women that were excellent fighters were ugly. Layla Ali was the first, one of the first boxers to really fight and be kind of cute. Like she wasn't no bad bitch, but she was kind of cute. Now it's the era of the bad bitches that barely fight. So that just is what it is.
Yeah, like I've said in the past, I take boxing very seriously, and I have a pride to train as if I'm going to war. But the women that are appealing to us men that want us to watch them fight, is pretty much the same women that will tell you to watch another sport that women do. And it's if you're not talented enough to be on that level, but you're still doing it, then just get out of the market and just find something else. That's the value of having human autonomy to begin with. But the thing is for women's boxing, if it could skyrocket just as good as men's boxing, why would you want to appeal it to men that are basically in the minority of the majority that supports your fights? Because women don't really support boxing as much as people try to lie about it to say women do, but it's it's not true. I've been to 3 boxing fights and I've barely seen that many women show up to fights. And for any female fighters that try to disagree, that's not true. I can tell you that boxing is a male dominated fan base. More men can walk into a barbershop and talk boxing versus women. They'll go to a hair salon and they'll talk about some female celebrity or male celebrity drama that happens overnight, and then everyone goes insane about it. Because why? Because that's the human nature between men and women. So therefore, that's just the social, compound structure of how people operate. But the case in point is just that for boxing, us men, we're more heavily invested into the male side versus the female side. But for the women, they're not doing their part to just get more women together to support it. And I don't know how long that will take until that trend will happen. But the case in point is that if you're trying to make something work, but you're utilizing the same methodology that hasn't been working ever since you started it, then you need to adjust it. Otherwise, you're just going to kill off, that market of its own. So, that's my take.
Well, I mean, women's boxing is never going to be as popular as men's boxing simply because there's not enough fucking knockouts. And to be honest, people keep thinking that if they have longer rounds, there'll be more knockouts. Yeah, I guess because you allow them to gas. But the reality of the situation is that women have higher stamina. If I'll try to I've looked up the science behind this, but I'll try to make it make sense real quick. I'm not a physiologist, but women can operate at their maximum capacity for longer than men can. Women can maintain an incredibly high rate of stamina near their natural limit for longer than men can. So that means that women, as the rounds go longer, they'll have more stamina and they'll still be able to absorb a tad bit more punishment. Now, as women develop their skill sets, they focus more on punching, strength and conditioning, wearing horsehair gloves, things like that. Yeah, sure, you'll have more knockouts or whatever. I mean, and also creating mismatches. But, people complain about the knockout situation and they think it'll be more rounds. But the reality is that you guys said that all the skill in women's boxing is limited. So that means that the best are consistently fighting each other. When you have the best fighters fighting each other, knockouts are going to be less frequent. That's the reality of that situation. So, women are consistently fighting each other because there aren't that many popular other women to fight. Knockouts are going to be less frequent. And that's unfortunate, but that's the truth. So, it's never going to be as popular. And also it's because a lot of the time they keep using sex. I'm sorry, I understand sex sells, but like men can go to porn or other things for that. We go to boxing specifically to watch boxing. If you want to have lingerie, if you want to have like lingerie boxing or whatever, yeah, maybe that'll do something. But when you have, female boxers who you want to be taken seriously as real boxers, but then you're marketing them as like models and sex symbols and all that other shit, like maybe that'll get some of the teenage casuals. Maybe that'll get some of the teenage casuals, but no people that really watch and pay for boxing are gonna pay for that shit because they're gonna assume it's like Jake Paul. It's not real. Like we haven't seen real fucking fighters since like Layla Ali, Christy Martin, and fucking and Ann Wolfe. And those women didn't market sex. Those women marketed combat. Those women weren't posing. They weren't always posing on magazines. They were in there fighting. Like Ann Wolfe isn't stereotypically attractive, but she'll knock out all these hoes today. So, women got to come in and decide, are you going to come in and, try to play all these different angles and be a supermodel while being a fighter? Or are you going to be a fucking fighter? Because if you want to appeal to men, it's about the combat aspect. Men have too many avenues to get the sex aspect. They can get female models from fucking anywhere. You can just Google some pussy and it'll pop up. We don't watch boxing for that. But anyways, I gotta end it here and take off. I gotta get into some stuff, and it's a little late. But I really appreciate you having me on, and hopefully, we can talk tomorrow or afterwards.
All right, yeah, for sure, man.
I'll
definitely keep you updated. So,
absolutely, you have a good one, sir.
All right, I'll see you later. Peace out, bro. All right. Thank you guys for watching. This was a pretty good, juicy episode for KRAS Up 4335 channel. Shout out to Remy and thank you for coming by. Always enjoy talking boxing with you. Remy is definitely a good boxing insider, and he has a lot of great information. So shout out to you, Remy. Man, what a good live. I had a lot of fun watching. A lot of good comments, but. Shout out to Sahar Sima. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate you for subscribing to the channel, coming through. Thank you for coming by once again, Bruce Gaz. And as always, shout out to Skywalker Boxing. Shout out to everybody that follows me. So, I will see you guys soon. And man, I can't wait for tomorrow. We got AJ versus Franklin, and we got Robeisy Ramirez versus Isaac Dogbe. That's going to be a sleeper fight. And yeah, guys, that's like I believe that's about it. And I'll see you guys later. And shout out to the mighty LDBC TWT family. Shout out to all of you. Thank you, guys. Here's the outro. Peace, love, liberty, and happiness. Peace out. Bye.